Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim, Volume 17. So our character was feeling a little friendship fatigue. I guess they were getting sick of friendship. Can you believe that? But then they met Daria and I guess I kind of rekindled that. So let's see if meeting Nihkee here will rekindle that friendship desire even more. I'm sure her muscles definitely will rekindle something. The dim lights, the din of a roaring crowd. Did I just walk into a clown fight club or something? And the smell of horribly overpriced and nauseating concessions, even across galaxies, timelines, and perhaps even universes. There is still something deeply familiar about a sporting arena. You said timelines, that's the only thing I focus on. Smash her mother honking face in! There is also something deeply familiar about sports fans. Especially these kind of sports. And what are you doing here, Amicia? This is not a place for children. Blah, such a shame having seats next to the purples. They can be so crude and boorish, don't you agree? Childhood wouldn't be nearly this loud. I forgot you guys are friends, usually. You find yourself here, attending a wrestling show, a display of muscular theater, to use the troll terminology, thanks to the benevolence of one Amicia Eridan. Did they change the way they spell her name? It looks a bit different. She won the tickets in a raffle and excitedly invited you to come along, and I can't believe we agree. You agreed, with some reservations that you quickly expressed. She was quite disappointed, but eventually agreed not to kidnap you and keep you locked up as a living paint jar. Wow, I forgot about that bit as well. Says you're buddies and all. What a sweet friend. What a sweet friend, not turning me into paint. You have to admit though, muscular theater isn't really your thing. It's as over the top and ridiculous as human wrestling, which makes it perfectly entertaining enough, but it's also, well, a lot more violent. Yeah, I'm sure troll wrestling or whatever this is probably 0% scripted and it's just like beat your opponent to death and then you win. Participants are expected to die. Okay, well, I thought it would be the opposite. I am surprised. As far as you can tell, but you've already seen a few get wheeled off on futuristic hover stretchers with injuries you're not sure they could survive. Ooh, gosh, she nearly got impaled there. Hold up, they're allowed to use weapons? Every match tonight is taking place within a chain-link cage. Spikes surround it on both the outside and inside. Wow, and jut out occasionally from the places where the wires cross. The overall design, in addition to ensuring maximum bloodshed, seems to keep both the wrestlers inside and the audience out. Ironically, it might be safer this way. The current combatants are some olive blood named the Huntress and a purple blood calling himself Colpith. That's a really bad name. Interestingly to you, there is nothing clown-like about him at all. It is almost conspicuous how unclowny he is, if only due to the absolutely ridiculous amount of clown content you have imbibed in the presence of other purples. The two fighters appear to be nearly evenly matched. The olive troll ducks and weaves amid blindingly fast punches from the purple, slashing at him with grandiose arm gestures, trying to overwhelm him with a barrage of small attacks. Every one of his punches hits hard enough to knock her down, but she always springs up before he can land a second hit. She's incredibly steady on her feet, and quicker than he. In fact, you get the distinct impression that the olive troll is holding back, presumably so as to avoid inciting the crowd. Thus far, you have not seen a single match in which the lower-blooded opponent triumphed over a higher-blooded foe. That is so lame. So even if you could like beat them, you kind of like not allowed to? Wow, such bullshit. I must admit, this match is a lot more tense than I was expecting. But I hope it ends soon. There's supposed to be a really famous muscular theatress performing next. Her name is Nihkee Moolah and she hasn't ever lost a fight. I heard she even beat a violet blood once. Nihkee Moolah, huh? Now that's a name you could prefer. Only for the moolah though, you know? She must be as big a deal as Amicia makes her out to be, because she uses her real name instead of like some ridiculous made up nonsense like John Cena or Hulk Hogan. Okay, way to like bash some real people. Oh, look, he got her. You flinch. The purple blood finally managed to get his quarry in his clutches, and he lifts her up by the face, that's gotta hurt, digging his fingers into her skull until you hear a sickening crunch, and she collapses to the ground, panting heavily. Well, she's dead, or at least majorly, brain damage there. She can't bring herself back up to her feet, and the announcer calls the match to uproarious applause from the audience. Two trolls enter the cage and start dragging her out, while the winner basks in the audience affection. I feel like that match was kind of fishy there. The olive blood looks like she'll probably live. Are you sure? I think she might have some major brain damage. But she's got a dent in her face that probably isn't coming out ever. Ugh. Seriously, that comes from me too. All of a sudden you think you really need to go get a bathroom? You mean use snack? You mean you'll be right back? Use a snack, really? Oh, okay. Come back soon. This fight is giving me all sorts of ideas for a new painting. Yeah, she's gonna crush the poor skull of some poor troll and make some excellent painting from that. You quickly make a break for it, jostling your way through the stands and toward the exit of the arena. But before you make it, a voice calls out to you. Some slick-haired and slick-finned violet blood guy wearing a faux suit with a tacky flame pattern on it. Hey you, alien. Me, you ask, pointing to yourself nervously. No, the other alien. You swing your head around wildly looking for the other alien. This bit plays out predictably for a while before you both get on the same page, which is that you are the alien whose attention he wants. You looking to make a little extra buck? No, not really. You never spent all the money you won with Ask Dodger. I didn't know we won money. Okay, how about fame? Frankly, you are probably already too famous for your own good. That is very true. In fact, I could use like the opposite of fame, like negative fame. Friendship? Friendship, you say? Oh shit, yeah. Sighing with relief, the troll leads you backstage whilst explaining that he is a promoter for this wrestling ring. One of the trolls that was supposed to perform tonight was eaten by some plant called a troll-devouring catch-ya-grabber. Well, you shouldn't have walked by a plant called a troll-devouring catch-ya-grabber. As such, famed muscular theatress Nihkee Moolah has been left with nobody to fight. Are you telling me to fight? Please don't tell me to fight. You will be that nobody, somebody. Well, I will be somebody when I get murdered. An alien will bring in all sorts of media attention and controversy, which of course means big bucks for him and friendship for you if I survive, right? Nihkee is so friendly, he says, in a tone so insincere, even your friendship-addled brain refuses to believe it. It's okay, you've met worse. Okay, yeah, can I not befriend them instead? Who is that sweaty-ass person over there? He takes you into a backstage which seems to be full of performers waiting for their turn on stage. There are all sorts of trolls here, muscular and sweat-soaked, blue-blooded more often than not. One troll in particular stands out to you. From her severe expression to her softly pulsating robotic leg? Hold up, which one? What? Robotic leg? To the fact that she's the only troll with a fully illustrated sprite. Again, breaking the fourth wall. Okay, there's a lot to notice here. Like, first of all, what is going on here? It looks like a poster, but what is going on here? And then that also another poster, weird, a sweaty dude with some weird like non-troll nips. I don't know, and I don't know what's going on here. She's currently doing bicep curls with a set of spiked weights, huffing with exertion. When the promoter approaches, she looks up with a scowl. I'm busy. What are those brackets in that parenthesis? He begins to explain that he has brought a new challenger for her to face, but she cuts him off and stands up. She isn't as tall as you expected, but damn if she isn't dense. Are you calling her stupid? You're gonna get in trouble. Packing more brawn than any other troll you've met. Do you want to know what happens, sister, to people who disturb my preparations? Do you want to experience the bone-crushing, torso-shattering impact of these ladies right here? She flexes. God, those muscles are huge. The promoter tells her that she really doesn't need to keep up the act. The act? So you're telling me those muscles are literally for show. There's no cameras back here. She gives him a stern look, which distinctively suggests that she has never dropped kayfabe in her life. You dropped... What did you just drop? Okay, I don't know what you just dropped, but pick it back up. And has no intention of starting now. Make it quick. The promoter makes it quick. So, let me get this straight. Okay, I just want to say this is an excellent face. I don't know what's happening there, but I love it. You expect me, to perform with this thing? Excuse you, I am an alien. She seems less than impressed, which you find reasonable. Magnificent legs aside, you don't really like the wrestling type. That is true, I keep forgetting that I have excellent legs. Don't you dare insult me, sister. Why do you keep calling me sister? Weird. I'd rather you pulled a Rusty from the audience than subject me to this humiliation. Oh, but you are more than just an audience member. Frail though you may be, you have the heart and soul of a wrestler. Mostly just the soul, no heart. My heart can't take this. You have much longer than about 5 minutes, you thoroughly assure her, waited for an opening such as this, to reveal your true passion to the world, to come alive on stage and grapple and tumble with the best of them. For eons have you thirsted for the chance to sing the song of sinew, the hymn of heft, the melody of muscle. Would that you could be blessed by the opportunity to live the life of the athlete, to perform alongside your hero, to show the world that you too love to do the muscly thing. That you might just... Okay, I get it. She glances over at the promoter and then back at you. It does seem surprisingly articulate for a lesser being. Wow, get off your high muscles. But is it ready for a butt clenching, flesh abrading, knuckle blistering, muscle rippling, smackdown from uptown? I mean, the is kind of how I feel. The yes is probably the right option. I don't know, I'm gonna go with the Actually, this is starting to sound a little much for you. You aren't sure you can quite match her. Enthusiasm for the craft. Who do you think you are, sister? You, who has the globes to step to me? You come into my dressing room with those flimsy, stringy, insultingly puny arms of yours? Look me in my eyes and challenge me to a match? Beg for the chance to spar with me? And then cluck out like the pathetic alien whelp you are? Get out of my sight. Head bowed low, you retreat to the safety, comfort, and friendless expanse that is the audience. You can't even bear to look at Nihkee when she goes out and performs. You're so saddened by the loss of a potential chum. Well, that and it's kind of grisly watching her pull low blood challengers from the audience and smash their faces into the spice. Wow. Slam. Oh, I mean, shouldn't we be happy that that is not us? But I feel like we should be happy that that is not us. I'm sure this will hurt 1000%, but you know what? Our character has survived worse, so, you know, in order to make a new chum, we gotta take on this challenge. You nod your head confidently, blister my knuckles and abrade my flesh, you say. Let's get this smackdown started. You've got guts, at least. She turns to the promoter and gives him a curt nod. The match is on. Then she turns back to you. Now, sister, we need to discuss the show. So you won't like actually bash my face, right? I will make all the decisions. You will respond adequately to the storyline I present. It will be thus. The alien invader challenges me in an exhibition match to topple the mightyarchy? The mightyarchy? What the hell is that? They fight valiantly and show an entertaining display of strength. But in the end, as is right and proper, the nobler hue of the hemo spectrum prevails again. This is propaganda I don't want to be part of. Ugh. She starts flexing and showing off for an imaginary audience before turning back to you. Any questions, sister? Yes, actually, you do have a couple of questions. First, will you die? No. Unless you're particularly disgustingly weak, in which case, maybe. It's a high yes, probably. Such is the risk we take, we who indulge in that most noble and dignified of sports. I was willing to give up my leg for the craft. I think you did. Is your life such a heavy price to pay for a tale that will transcend us and be remembered in the annals of muscular history? Is it, sister? Well... Oh crap, what the hell? I clicked it. It's rhetorical. Okay. I guess I didn't need to read that if it's rhetorical. Right. Secondly, when she says exhibition match, it is a muscular theater term. Are you related to Equius? I just want to ask. Referring to a match staged for entertainment that does not affect one's ranking on the flex ladder. We will not be sparring in the nude. Such glorious displays of raw, chiseled physique are reserved for the intergalactical Trollympics. No, yeah, you got that. Mostly you were wondering if it meant the loser's head being exhibited on a pike or some other bloodthirsty nonsense. Do not denigrate this noble sport with claims of savagery. Thirdly, you're getting the sense that she's going to be playing the heel, yeah? The what? You explain that in your own cultural equivalent of muscular theater. Performers generally fall into the category of face or heel, wherein the face is the rule-abiding and sympathetic figure the audience is meant to root for, whereas the heel takes on a more aggressive and unlikable personality. How do you know all this crap, dude? Are you a theater student? What part of my personality is unlikable? I mean, you're kind of not wrong. You are kind of likable, but you're kind of overbearing too. Do you dare suggest, sister, that the audience won't be roaring in a thunderous applause and admiration as I conquer yet another pitiful foe? You tell her, you know what? She can be both the face and the heel, and you'll just be subjugated under my heel? Yes, exactly. Hey Moolah, chatting time's over, you're up. She jerks her head back at you and silently marches out of the room. You begin to follow, and the promoter directs you to your entrance on the other side of the arena. You wait nervously for your cue to enter. I'm gonna get murdered. Well, folks, we've had some technical difficulties, but here comes the match you've all been waiting for. Wearing the belt of champions and a leg of her own design, she's ready to gut the competition. A paragon of power, a lady of legwork, a true blue ruffian annihilator in the making. Clap those hands and activate your screech crevices. It's Nihkee Moolah! Seriously, she's not acquiesced, she makes her own freaking robotic limbs. Nihkee approaches the cage to thunderous applause, raising her arms and soaking in all the praise. She flexes and poses as the audience throws glasses of milk at her. Literally, what the hell? She's like the weirder version of Aqueous, which shatter uselessly around her steely frame. This appears to be a common ritual for her. She steps through one of the cage doors and is slammed shut behind her, locking tight. With her arms crossed and her teeth firmly gritted, she awaits you. As the announcer begins a new intro speech, you step forward. And in the other corner, frail in stature, weak in knees, wearing a perpetual look of befuddlement, we have some kind of messed up low-blood alien. How has this absurd mockery of life not been called yet? Perhaps only so fate could lead them to their thrashing at the bloodthirsty hands and barbed foot of the grand Nihkee. A decent portion of the crowd boos at you during your approach. Lame. Loser, stop it. Which you find unsurprising. You have to dodge a hail of old boots and rotten fruit. Somebody throws an entire piano at you. I'm impressed. Relatively unfazed, you enter the ring and hear the door close behind you. So, you've come here, alien, to prove your kind superior to the unbreakable, unstoppable troll species? Yeah, you shout. Your kind is so superior to trolls. And you, the emissary. Does this creature look superior to you, my theater enthusiast? She turns to the audience, throwing out a hand and gesture to you. They boo. Is this sorry specimen the best its planet can offer? More boos. You counter that you came more than prepared to tackle the mightyarchy? Yeah, that. So, you claim to be prepared. What are you prepared to face? These 24-inch slitter noodles! That is not as impressive as you make it sound, man. Do not call your arms noodles, okay? She flexes so hard the announcer's sleeves explode. So be it. I'll crush you in a single blow. You're expecting a referee to start the match, but then it occurs to you that there is no referee. Somewhere in the distance, a bullhorn sounds, which is apparently the signal to begin. Without taking her eyes off you, Nihkee grabs the cage wall behind her and hoists herself up effortlessly, scaling it in reverse until she reaches a stop like some kind of weird grudge ring thing. The announcer is screaming something about this move being called the Spiky Nihkee. Once she finishes her ascension, Nihkee deftly leaps from the edge of the cage and spins down toward you. Her body twists and writhes in multiple blindingly fast flips before her robotic leg comes slashing at you. Dude, I thought this was theatrics. Are you literally trying to murder me? You spend quite some time admiring her dazzling form before it occurs to you that you should probably move. You duck and roll forwards, feeling the point of her leg just barely graze your scalp. The announcer shouts, "First blood!" as you feel a light trickle down the back of your neck. Some members of the crowd are booing, presumably because they just noticed the color of your blood. Between the neon lighting and distance, They probably just think it's rust colored and not a mutant red. So at least you have that going for you. It's not much though. What you don't have going for you is time to think about your next move, because Nihkee pivots on her heel and charges at you. This time, she's going for a more theatric throw. I don't think she's theatric at all, she's literally trying to murder me. 2 powerful hands grab you and lift you over her shoulder, where you nearly gore yourself on one of her horns and you struggle to escape. You plant 2 hands on her back and push hard, and you are delighted to find that her grip loosens and you go tumbling over her back, landing with a clumsy stagger on your feet. You're not sure if she let you get away with that one for the sake of the show, or if you just slip out of her sweat-soaked palms, but you're going to charitably assume the former. She turns to face you, grunting and baring her fangs. She charges, rearing back a fist, and then sending it barreling toward your fragile human nose. You leap out of the way, only narrowly dodging it. Okay, she's not like trying to not kill me. I'm pretty sure it's just all of my luck that I'm not dead yet. All you've done is avoid me, coward. Where's your killer instinct? Do I scare you? A little bit, yeah. Are you loath to face my true blue, muscle-bound beauty? You take this as your cue to attack, and instead, you run full tilt away from her. It isn't fear carrying you, you swear. Fool! You activated my trap card. I want to see her and Chaha fight, to be honest. There is no running or hiding from Nihkee Moolah. Stand and fight. She sprints toward you as you flee. The crowd is on tenterhooks. Nobody knows what you're doing. I don't even know what I'm doing, least of all you. But you think you can pull something cool out of this. You leap at the cage wall, barely dodging the spikes that lined it, and use the slight amount of give in the chain link wires to springboard you off. With an exuberant grin, you go flying toward her, arm held out for a classic clothesline maneuver, and then you collide with her own arm and whop. What the hell? I murdered myself. When you wake up, you are lying on what appears to be an exercise mat. You can feel a telltale throbbing sensation in your face that indicates a black eye. The rest of you, thankfully, doesn't feel particularly hurt, so you're saying my face isn't caved in, huh? Nearby, you can hear the huff and puff of exertion. You glance over and spot Nihkee training on one of those leg press machines you always saw in gyms, but never had the courage to attempt to use. She's wearing an exercise outfit which, despite its vastly different purpose, looks almost exactly like the outfit she wore at the ring. It has all the functions a fitness aficionado would want. It's loose, it's breathable, and the artists don't have to draw a second set of springs for it. I mean, you could just not show it, I guess. As soon as she notices you're awake, she turns to speak to you. She doesn't even stop her workout. You're finally awake, sister. Welcome to my hive. This is your hive? Your hive's a freaking gym? I have spent so much time. So much. Precious, valuable time. Waiting for you to open your eyes. Oh god, how long have you been out? 7 days. About 40 minutes. Whew, that's not so bad, is it? Perhaps, but only when compared to your abysmal performance in the ring. To be knocked out cold by your own wretched. I'm an impossible foe to conquer, and yet even a rusty has told me longer in the realm of mortal combat. You are weak, sister. Offensively so. She slams her foot forward with such velocity, the weight on the leg press goes flying off and leaves a dent in the floor. Grunting, she stands, takes a long swig from a bottle, and then approaches you with fire in her eyes. Can she not be so hardcore, please? What do you have to say for yourself? You scuttle backwards, proffering only a sheepish smile. You're, sorry, you guess? I didn't bring you here for apologies. I brought you here to see your heart ignite with the will to improve. I do have that. Help me, Nihkee, to improve. You are not a worthless being. You have a flair for the theatrics, an appreciation of the sport, and a shining soul. You said my soul? Shining soul? Filled of only the most intractable determination? Did we just hit Undertale land? You said my soul is filled with determination, huh? You could be so much more than you are, sister. I could make you so much more. Cast your gaze around you and behold. The Broad Museum? You obediently cast said gaze around. This room is massive and littered with training equipment as far as the eye can see. Much of it resembles exercise machines, like the ones you had in gyms back on Earth. But there is plenty more that looks far more alien and deadly. A treadmill which appears to throw the runner into a vat of acid if they fall off. Talk about hardcore training. A series of swinging axes that would look at home in a dungeon. 3 different varieties of Iron Maiden, each more horrific than the last. This is presumably Nikki's personal workout studio, but you could easily mistaken it for a torture chamber. You wonder if our data has ever considered a job as a personal trainer. Maybe you should bring it up with her. Maybe we should even talk to her. There are some who may be worthy of my expertise. It is here that I can forge them, just as I forge myself, into beings of adamantine strength. The journey will be harsh. If you are made of weaker stuff than I believe, you will perish in agony. But if your core is strong, and your will of iron, yours will be unquenchable might. She extends a hand to you, her jaw set. Join me, sister, and together we shall ascend to Tumescent heights of muscular perfection. There's a look in her eyes that you have never seen before. One of hope, of faith. Her arm vibrates, muscles quaking. Do you take it? Well, I'm pretty sure the right thing to do is take it, but I might hesitate, so I'm like, see the bad outcome first. You begin to offer your hand, but under her steely gaze, your resolve wavers. This all seems like a lot. Too much, even. You don't know if you're made of stuff tough enough for the training she seems to be offering. You would like to prove yourself, to become strong. You really would. But does she perhaps, just maybe, have any courses a little easier on soft and squishy creatures like yourself? The expression on her face grows terrifyingly blank. She's not scowling or snarling or sickened or any other S-word. She's just looking at you with the vaguest hint of disappointment dripping from her otherwise neutral expression. I see. You're like all the rest, aren't you? Unworthy to receive my gifts. Unwilling to reach your full potential. A pathetic, simpering thing, playing at dreams of muscular greatness it can never achieve because it doesn't have the will for it. You're an insult to my art. You spit on my passion. Get the fuck out of my face and do not, ever, dare to return. Shrinking under her steely gaze, you quickly flee her hive. Is this it for you? Is the screen going to fade to black? Seriously, breaking all of the fourth walls. Replaced by a goofy cartoonish end card? Yeah, it's gonna happen. And some somber game over music composed by artistic genius James Roach? Who wrote this dialogue? Oh, what? No, you refuse. You are not yet ready to call this friendship kaput. You'll show her and her draconian methods up, damn it. It's time to get ramped. I'd be like, get good. You're gonna do it your own way, and then return, and she will be so utterly impressed by your muscular growth that she will have no choice but to admit that you are friend material. Sadly, you do not know any other blue bloods characterized by an absurd love of muscles. Yeah, too bad you don't know, what's his face in this world. And bodybuilding. You're basically all total nerds, actually. But you can perhaps think of someone from a nearby hue who can help you. Who? Oh, random. Her door swings open with gusto and you are greeted by a familiar smiling face. Oh, what an unexpected surprise. You really should have called. Or text, like you really should have called or text. Or did literally anything else to alert me to the fact that you wanted to visit me on such short notice when my schedule is so terribly packed? But that's alright, I can squeeze in a meeting, I'm sure. Do come in. Oh, you guys are here. You slip past the threshold of the door and into her office/living room. Tizias, I can't even remember how to say your name anymore. Tizias is sprawled out across the couch lazily, holding a book up to her face. It looks like she's studying, which is a relief to you, because you would have felt terrible if you had interrupted some intimate time between them. Well, she would have opened the freaking door if that was happening. Unless studying is intimate for them? You kind of hope studying is intimate for anyone. The prospect terrifies. Would you like to join me and Zizi for some grub loaf? It is no imposition, I promise. You absolutely would. Hey, hold up. We're here to get strong, not here for some grub. You didn't know Stelsa was a cook on top of everything else she does. Oh no, I could never. There simply isn't enough time. I'm just ordering from Door Smash. It's excellent stuff, really. It is. Zizi has some very colorful words for the taste. It's pretty bitchin'. Yes, it is, certainly. That? Pencil, our good friend here, in for a dinner date, can you, darling? They're literally right here already. We don't need to do that. Stelsa pauses and blinks, as if processing a foreign concept. Right. Sometimes Stells forget that you don't have to put everything on a schedule, which is fair. School feeding changes a trope. Stelsa pulls up a chair and gestures for you to sit down in front of her desk. All that said, while we wait for the meal to arrive, let's get down to brass tacks. What brings you to my lovely abode tonight? Maybe they just want to see you. Zai's being so like relatable right now or something. People don't always need a reason beyond that. Yeah, I actually do have a reason though. Shit. Sorry. You explained to Stelsa that you have a friend, more accurately a friend-to-be, or perhaps acquaintance, or perhaps a person of chum-adjacent quality who you would like to impress through the pursuit of personal fitness. You recall that Stelsa was jogging when you met her, so maybe she could help you put together a fitness routine, and you could do some workouts together? Her expression lights up and she claps her hands together. Oh goodness, I would absolutely love that. My poor Zithi is usually far too tired and far too busy. Sometimes I don't know how I manage it myself. So I absolutely love a partner to keep train says yet running on time. Assuming, of course, you won't be late yourself and can't keep up with my pace. Fair warning, it's blistering. Isn't it though? Thanks, sweetums. You confidently assert that, if nothing else, you can keep pace with her. Your legs have seen a lot of use. Walking, running, fleeing, prostrating yourself before clowns, you know, the usual. Excellent. We'll set up some meetings, then I'll add you to my schedule. My people will call your people, etc, etc. Thanks for visiting. It's been ever so lovely to see you. Toodaloo, you just kicked me. I thought we were gonna eat together. She's halfway through shoving you out the door when you remind her that she invited you in for grub loaf. She hastily and apologetically pulls you back inside, to Zai snickering in the background. Don't know what I'd do if I didn't have Stells. Ah, you dorks. Someone has to be the energetic one in this quadrant. The contrast is certainly a stark one. Has Tazayas considered quaffing energy drinks here or there? Perhaps they could help keep her pep up. 1? I'd probably literally die. 2? You don't want to see me on energy drinks. Nobody does. Fair? You spend a while longer chatting with Tazayas before the delivery arrives and the three of you have dinner together. The grub loaf is exactly as bitchin' as advertised, a wonderful meal with wonderful friends, the perfect precursor to the fitness montage yet to come. I don't think it's coming. You visit Stelsa multiple days a week. Wow, we're really doing this. Fitting yourself into her incredibly convoluted and packed schedule. The feat doesn't actually prove very hard. You basically only exist to spend time with friends. That's literally what's happening. I'm only existing to spend time with friends. Her equipment is delightfully free of torture devices. Besides her step machine, she also owns quite a bit of smaller exercise paraphernalia, aerobics doodads and thingamajigs, yoga mats, jogging outfits, even one of those huge bouncy exercise balls, which she bans you from using after you accidentally sent it careening into a carefully organized stack of books. Stelsa carries herself forward with a peppy, always-on sense of gusto that can be difficult to keep up with, but her bright smile and encouraging attitude do wonders to keep you invested, to convince you that you really can acquire the swole hood you've dreamed of. By the end of the perigee, you are, well, you wouldn't exactly call yourself ripped, but your muscles are definitely toned in a way they previously were not. You feel hale and healthy, more energetic than ever, with a bit of an extra pep in your step. Apparently, regular exercise makes you feel good? Wild! As you look at yourself in a reflection of an acid puddle, you flex and watch your muscles bulge. Fuck yeah, it's time. At least, you hope it's time. Fuck yeah, it's time. You climb into your scuttle buggy and prepare to set the autopilot to Nikki's place, but something stills your hand. Some strange sensation that has been slowly, surely settling in your stomach. A sense of unease, of dread. Your days of foolish ignorance are long past, and in their place a burgeoning understanding of the universe in which you exist and the harsh laws by which it rules its inhabitants. You're beginning to fear. Made the wrong choice, with all the consequences such a lapse in judgment entails. Will you ever truly befriend Nihkee, or are you cursed to live, for who knows how long, in a world without her sweet smile to cure your insatiable addiction? Maybe calm down there, we don't know her that well. Mayhap you need not wonder. Mayhap the time has come to look inside yourself, and know. You're going to give your chakras one real motherfucker of a blitzing. It's going to take mood music of the highest caliber. Having picked up some meditative tips from Boulder, you navigate your scuttle buggy's radio dial to an achromatic buzz station, which is currently playing some soothing ocean sounds. What is happening here? The gentle lap of water meeting the shore, the rhythmic beat of the tide. Is this screen fading? As steady and as sweet as a mother's heartbeat, it's interspersed with distant honks and weird animal chittering, of course, because this is still fucking Alternia. You lean back into your seat, reclining it as far as it can go, and sink into the cushiony softness. Something sharp is poking at your rib, but you try to ignore it. What is happening? You close your eyes and allow the white noise to flood your senses, blocking everything else out. Oh yeah, you're really vibing this shit right now. Chakra status blitzed the high hell. You imagine causality as a river. Okay, so you're saying this is the wrong choice. I mean, I expected so, which is why I picked it, but what the hell is happening? Every choice a branch. Tributaries upon tributaries. Winding ever downward. Pooling in lakes of inevitability. The pit in your stomach gnaws. It all ends here. Stagnant? Bitter water? Reeking of death? The ocean ever out of reach? Your soul ever yearning for the single, solitary estuary among all the ceaseless spillways. You take a deep breath. Water laps at the sides and tickles your ears. You are adrift. You feel the gentle bob as you float down the river. Hear the rush like a ticking clock. Gravity as time pulling you ever forward. Which river is this? To which end does it deliver you? Your breathing slows, then shudders. You feel the rapids approach. The rivers blur, then shift your heart rewinds. Misses a beat, a surge of emotion. Water streaking down the curve of your cheek. Your lungs ache. Which lungs? Which river? Which you? You try to focus, but the water beats at your brows, lashes your arms and legs. Too tired to swim, you try for another deep breath, but nothing comes. With a tumultuous gasp, you sink beneath the surface, to the churning darkness below. Here, amidst the battering onslaught, the images come, worlds of emotion, of sound, of thought, memories best forgotten, or never known, lakes meant to remain uncharted. Whoa. I'm remembering lost memories, or something. The crack of thunder, rain and terrafall, a single drop of olive. The wrecker skips. Peace through rage, the whirl of the carousel. Horses whinny as the calliope sings. The circle takes you. Searching eyes implore you. The puppet strings stretch toward the moon. The flash of a blade. The spray of blood. Her strings are cut. The crackle of energy. The whirl gone grayscale. Eyes deeper than the deepest pit. A shuddering final breath. You are lost. Lungs burning. Water clogging every inch. You furrow your brow. Think. Think. Find your river. Coughing, wheezing. A final rattling gasp. Panic seizes you. A resounding crack. The stamp of hooves. The ricochet of gunfire. The death of one. Of thousands. A low, sinister honk. Footfalls. Loud and deep. The swing of a club. Blood on the pavement. Dark, acrid smoke. Indistinct voices and crackling intercom. A lurch beneath you. Feet thrown out. Neon energy crackling green. Choking. Desperate. Lungs aflame. You focus your will. Where are you? Which are you? Find your river. Piercing eyes. A stern, uncompromising gaze. The singe of acid. Crushing spikes. The body worn to nothing. All for her approval. Wait. So this would be the other ending if I actually agree to train with her. Wait, so maybe this is the right path. So if I agree to train with her, maybe I die or something? The puff of exertion. Gray muscles flex and sprites lighten. A gulp of water. The shine of a smile. Oh god, what? Oh crap, look at that crap. A looping tape. Mirrors in mirrors. The mind, like time, infinite. The tributary splits and you, finally, drift down your chosen route. Freshwater visions as you float toward the surface. A carefree decision. Scuttling legs and the drum of an engine. Cityscapes passing by. Stern anger. A fist tightly clenched. Hold on, what the hell? This is happening before it happens. How dare you insult me by showing your face again? This is like me coming before I come. What the hell? All the timelines are converging. Stern anger, a fist tightly clenched, shaking, barely restrained. Hope crushed under a rigid foot. A plan poorly conceived. What? Is this part of the ending that I should be reading? At times like these, you envy the Purple Bloods. Well, you envy them quite often, actually. They've got amazing strength. Unbelievably beautiful rap gods. And honestly, Fago's starting to grow on you. But right now, you just wish you were a contortionist. These vents are way too tight. What is that from? Desperation, madness, friendship at all costs. See? Look at how strong you are. You can lift these weights with ease. You can lift something bigger. You will be happy to demonstrate if she would stop advancing on you with intent to full Nelson your sorry ass. Ugh, my other leg, what the hell just happened? Navy blood pooling on the concrete, troll and plan, both collapsing, cold hatred in her eyes. You're just thankful you managed to snatch your water bottle out of the scuttle buggy before she tore it in half. The importance of hydration is never more evident than when you spend hours fleeing in terror. How's she even doing this with only one working leg? Tense footfalls on the pavement, muscles strained to exhaustion, the sun rising over a desperate chase. Swallowing your fear, you leap across the tracks moments before the train comes screeching past you. Just behind you, you hear a grunt, and then a scream, louder and more agonizing than ever you've heard before. Is this it? After days, is your odyssey at an end? Escape, sweet bliss soon to shatter, blood and bone turn to steel. What? Wait, what is this? I can't disable her cybernetics. They're too entwined with her biology. Whoa, okay. Get back. She's about to strike, damn it. Fruitless assistance, your clothing, your soul stained with blood. No more. No more. Your palm husk died ages ago, but you've been etching lines into the back to keep track of time. You're nearing the 1-year anniversary of, well, you're not sure what to call it. The day you irrevocably ruin your life? The day you fled into the untamed wilds? You would celebrate, but you doubt you'll have time. She can't be far. One more step. One more desperate step. One foot after another in the endless chase. I don't think I'm chasing Nihkee, am I? I feel like to talk about someone else. You try your best to stifle your ragged, fearful breathing, but you know it's fruitless. Nothing can hide the terrified pounding of your heart to her biotic ears. Am I running from the contents? Holy shit. Nor the heat of your blood to her infrared senses. She can find you here, drenched in fear and sweat, hidden, but not well enough. She's gonna murder me. Ba-bump, ba-bump. Oh wait, Nihkee Borg's searing blue eye flashes in the darkness? Oh crap, it's Nihkee, Robo Nihkee. There's no more hiding. You close your eyes. The curtains fall. One final heartbeat at the end of all things. What? That makes it sound like they're both bad endings. You emerge from beneath the surface with a gasp, coughing up water and, oh, it's just you, sitting in your scuttle buggy, gentle white noise still playing on the radio. Dude, you chalk out the hell out of your soul, man. We saw multiple timelines. You take a moment to catch your breath, your heart thumping against your ribcage like it wants to crawl out and beat you senseless for subjecting it to all that horseshit. Yeah, subjecting me to all that horseshit. Whew, okay, enough meditation for one day. Enough meditation for one life. You think you're just going to reach over and kinda set the autopilot to Stelsa's house instead of Nihkee's? Yeah. You have no idea if this will avert or merely delay some horrifying and grisly end or another, but it's better than the alternative. Besides, you really want some more of that bitchin' grub loaf. Hiss? Okay, holy hell, what the fuck just happened? I'm a little, I think this might be the right ending, supposedly. I mean, technically there are no right endings in this. But it seems like the other one, if what we saw was the future, is gonna lead to a Robo Nihkee hunting us down. But, okay, let's see the other ending before we talk about this more. That was legit some emotional shit, man. We're really getting towards the end, so let's see if our meditation, whatever that was, vision, is gonna be right. So I'm gonna take her hand, and we're gonna break her leg, and then she's gonna murder us. You take her hand, staring into those hopeful eyes. Oh, to see that deep sapphire blue filled with the glow of friendship? She squeezes your hand so tightly you feel your fingers fracturing. Excellent. I knew you had the spark. Now, to make a flame, to grind, and crush, and pummel the flint, until it bursts into the roaring blaze of strength. Today, I shall begin by testing your limits. Come. She leads you to the treadmill and the deep, bumbling pit of acid directly behind it. You nervously step on. We're going to measure your speed and stamina. Run until you can run no longer. She starts up the machine. She gives you a nice, breezy jogging pace at first, but the treads quickly begin to whirl away at a blindingly fast rate. You're sprinting as hard as you can to keep up, holding desperately onto the arms of the treadmill. Come on, sister, grit your teeth, put some thrust sinew into it. If you're not evacuating your acid track by the time you're done, are you telling me I should be vomiting by the time I'm done? You aren't trying hard enough. Sweat beads on your forehead as you push your legs to the limit, running like you're being chased by the angry drone. Your feet must be blurring like Sonic the fucking Hedgehog by now. The treads are moving ever faster. You can almost feel yourself slipping. Got to hold. Ugh. You lose your grip and go flying backwards, narrowly grasping onto the edge of the pit and dangling onto it. Your toes singed by the acid. Youch! You hoist yourself up over the edge and roll to the side, hissing. Nihkee stands over you, clucking her tongue. Top speed 12 miles per hour. My car driving really slowly. That's good, right? For a bronze blood. Next test. She takes you from machine to machine in quick succession, each time commenting on your skill level. Your biceps are as terrible as Rusty's. Your lungs are go to best. Your legs an unexpected cerulean. Mind you have good legs. All the while taunting you, encouraging you to push yourself further. The desiccated corpse of my ancestor could do better than this. I saw that freaking quote in my vision. You struggle to deadlift a giant barbell made of dead monster skulls. Are you going to eject dismay fluid all night long, or are you going to warm it up? You go toe to toe with a punching bag that shoots sonic blood at you whenever you hit it. Shape up or get ejected on the nearest solar execution barge. You sob as she forces you to do 30 minutes of free-form jazzercise. Your jazz hands are terrible. By the time an hour is up, you are panting and huffing, desperate for a break. Nihkee finally relents. Your reward for staying alive thus far. Stay hydrated, sister. She tosses you one of those protein shaker bottles that gym buffs are always chugging from. You regard the mixture within curiously for a moment, before throwing caution to the wind and gulping some down. When has imbibing alien substances ever hurt you before? But when the flavor hits your taste buds, you almost retch. Is this Gatorade mixed with milk? Gross. Nutritious and delicious. You keep chugging it. You need the fluids, foul though they may be. Alright, lactose break over, let's continue. She next leads you over to one of those Iron Maidens. This one doesn't actually look spiked, it just has a blunt, bumpy surface on the inside. Get in. What? Get in, sister. You reluctantly step inside the Iron Maiden and the door clamps shut around you. This thing is far, far too tight for you, and the bumps are pressing into you from all sides, threatening to squeeze you away into nothing. You groan and push back against the walls, desperately trying to keep them from crushing you into a little human waffle. Just when you think your strength is about to give out, the maiden opens. Pressure resistance, about olive level. These results are surprisingly adequate. Your potential continues to shine. Good work. This halfway point seems to mark a change in her attitude as you continue to, just barely, persevere through everything she throws at you. Like a shake weight so powerful it leaves you shuddering intermittently through the next few exercises. Keep steady, sister. Don't lose heart on me now. A rowing machine that douses you with boiling water if you can't keep up the pace. Literally hell, man. Go, go, go. We'll make a fuchsia medalist of you yet. Literally being chased around a field outside by a giant toothy monster. Don't you dare allow this thing the satisfaction of feasting on your bones. After hours of this grueling work, you finally collapse. You think some of your bones are broken. Your heartbeat is coming in quick and irregular pulses, and you can hardly breathe. Your vision blurs and shifts at the edges. God, you're amazed you haven't passed out yet. Maybe I have passed out, I just forgot I passed out. Get up. You glance weakly up at Nihkee, expecting her to be looking down at you with disdain. But instead you see her crouching down and offering you her hand, wearing a smile. You take her hand as she pulls you up to your feet. The look in her face now resembles pride. She's so prideful, look at her face. And when she claps a palm down on your shoulder, it only kinda hurts. You've done well, sister. I threw everything I had at you, and you soldiered on with head held high, even as your body broke beneath the weight. I've never seen such commitment, such strength of heart and soul, such, you can say determination, dedication to the craft, such appreciation for the most righteous of pursuits. You are no mere workout partner. You are a workout friend. It like blossoms inside you like the neighing of a horse. This feeling of power, of strength, of the bond between warriors. This is real and true, and this light will never, ever leave you. As you bask here in the satisfied and sweaty glow of a good workout, you realize that planets, universes, dimensions, realities, powers, principalities, can't even say that word, and cosmos come and go, but being swole as fuck is forever. Oh, so this was actually the right ending. Well, there was some messed up stuff in the other one. Okay, so that was the wrong ending. And then it's like, you know it's the wrong ending, and then you saw all the freaking things that happened in the other timelines. Reality is like seriously breaking out. In the last one, it might just break entirely. It might be like all the endings are just paradoxes or something. I don't know, man. I'm expecting something crazy to happen in the next volume. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'm looking forward to that. But for now, I will leave this video here, so thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know what your predictions are for the next volume, and I will see you guys in the next video.